Hey, Angela here. If you are someone who's been through some unexpected life challenges or circumstances, then this is the podcast for you. So, I just want to invite you to my free community, Create, Heal, Shine community on School. And there will be a link where you can go ahead and access that and join us at any time and go a lot deeper on these topics. Here you will find all sorts of tools, resources, workshops, challenges, journaling session replays, and so much more. Hop on, join in the community, hop on a live call, and get some support today. Okay, so let's get talking about the topic today. So, on today's topic, we're talking about the wilderness within, embracing life's untamed spaces. So, welcome to today's episode of Talking About the Wilderness, where we are going to explore the depths of what it means to live authentically, purposefully, and joyfully. And today, we're talking about the wilderness. Not just the physical wild place that we think about with bears and coyotes and foxes and wolves when we think about the untamed, but I'm talking about the untamed, raw place within ourself and our life, our own wilderness. That one with the big mountain, that we keep going around and around and around, but we truly know that we need to climb up and over to get to the other side. So most of the time, the wilderness feels super intimidating, doesn't it? It's unpredictable, it's vast, it's huge, and it doesn't offer us the immediate comfort of certainty. But what if the wilderness is not something to fear, but a place to embrace? What if we're actually not lost in the wilderness, but that's where we're found. That's where we find ourselves. So the wilderness represents the parts of life that aren't tamed or controlled. The moments of uncertainty, the challenges we didn't plan for, the emotions that we can't really name. These are the spaces that we're called to let go of the familiar and step into the unknown. So think about it. When life throws you into this wild place, maybe it's a sudden health diagnosis like what happened to me. Maybe it's an unexpected life change or the end of a relationship. It can feel like being dropped into the dense forest without a map or a compass. And our instinct is to panic and to fight the wilderness or to try and run back to safety to what we know. But it actually doesn't work like that in the wilderness. The wilderness demands that we stay, that we listen, and we learn to navigate it on its terms. Or guess what? We're going to end up in the same place over and over and over in our life if we don't accept the challenge that is presented to us. If we keep pushing things under the rug, things are never dealt with, and we will end up back in the wilderness to work on just another unexpected life challenge or circumstance. Now, I'm not saying they're never going to stop, or they're always going to stop as soon as you figure it out. It's about seeing those red flags that are waving, those emotions that are telling you that there's things that are undealt with in your life and emotions that are unprocessed. It's about heeding the signs. Take the warnings. Or otherwise things will just keep coming and coming and coming towards us until we figure it out, we acknowledge it, and we get it. The wilderness, sometimes as overwhelming as it feels, is also deeply healing, because when you're in there and it's so quiet and all you hear is nature and birds chirping and sounds of the water and the creek running, while the labels and the roles that we've been playing and the masks that we've been wearing for so long are stripped away. It brings us back to something raw, something human, and something essential. So for me, the wilderness is actually a gift. It's a gift. It's a beautiful place where there's some deep self-reflection and healing happens. Think about in the real wilderness, you can't rely on pretense. There's no audience to impress, there's no to-do list to conquer. It's just you and the raw truth of who you are and what you're capable of. In the wilderness, this is where clarity comes. Because there's so much distractions in life. And when that's all stripped away, you can see yourself so much more clearly. Your desires, your fears, your values, they all come into focus. The wilderness is also a place where you build your resistance and your resilience. Every step you take strengthens you to face more unexpected uncertainty. It's also where connection happens. It reminds us of our primal connection to the rhythms of life, and it mirrors out cycles of growth, rest, struggle, and renewal. And when we let go of the need to control, instead of allowing ourselves to move with it, something will start shifting. We stopped resisting and we start growing. So you might wonder, how do you embrace your own inner wilderness? How do I even begin this process? Well, you need to pause and listen. Instead of continuing to go on the way you're going on in fighting the unknown, pause. Sit in that discomfort and listen to what it's teaching you. Trust the process. The wilderness doesn't reveal all its secrets at once. Trust that each step will show you the next step, and so on and so on. And be courageous. Like you are, if you're here listening to this, you're already brave. Each moment of bravery in the wilderness builds a deeper trust in yourself. You don't have to navigate the wilderness alone. You can reach out to a guide, whether they're friends, mentors, or even nature itself, and get help and support. So the wilderness is not something you conquer. It's a space to explore, to grow, to reconnect with the essence of who you really are. So I invite you to lean into this space in your life and to trust, even in uncertainty, that there is a path forward. I have 3 journal prompts to help you reflect on today's topic. Number 1, where in my life am I resisting the wilderness? And what might happen if I embraced it instead? Number 2, what truth about myself have I discovered during times of uncertainty and times of challenges? And 3, how can I create space in my life to listen to the wisdom of my inner wilderness? So my question to you is, will you take the time to sit with these questions? Will you allow them to guide you deeper into your own journey of self-discovery and growth? Thank you for joining me today. And if this episode resonated with you, I would love to hear your reflections. Share your thoughts, send me a message in my community, and don't forget, join my school community, Create, Heal, Shine. If you go to createhealshine.com, you can find a link to the free membership community where there's lots and lots of more great resources. And just remember, the wilderness isn't where you're lost, it's where you're found.